Welcome to the Prescott Home Value Report through September 2024, brought to you by the Prescott Pickle Lady Diane Bro Realtor. As you can probably tell, I am not the Pickle Lady. That's me in the bottom right-hand corner. My name is Randall, and the Pickle Lady has authorized me to show you the following slides. As always, we start with the City of Prescott median sales price per square foot. Each one of these dots represents the result for a month. The blue line is last year, the red line is this year. So comparing this September to last September, we have -5 appreciation, which sounds like a terrible thing, but keep in mind that from last month to this month, prices went down 1%, and it does that from time to time. You know, prices move around a little bit. Last year, we had a bump up in September, and then it bumped right back down again. So I think this -5 kind of overstates the situation here. I think we're still pretty flat, although I will say that for several months in a row now, we have had price decreases. So I think that's probably going to continue, particularly into the holiday season. We'll probably have small reductions month by month. There'll be some fluctuating, but for the most part, prices are flat, maybe a little down over the next several months, but we will see. Here's volume. Now, same thing. Blue line is last year, red line is this year. Now each of the dots represents the number of closings we had in that month. So you could see our volume has been kind of lagging behind last year, but sort of moving in lockstep. We went up, then we went down, and we went up. Last year we went down. This year we went down too, but we did not go down as much this year as last year. So now we're kind of neck and neck with the volume that we had last year. So is this a seller's market, a buyer's market? Well, what we use to answer that question is what we call the pending ratio analysis. So the way that works is when I ran these numbers, there were 704 homes on the market in inventory. Of those, 99 of them were already pending. Well, 99 is 14% of 704, so our pending ratio is 14%. If you look up 14% in our handy-dandy color chart here, it'll tell you that anything in the tens, that's considered a strong buyer's market. That's essentially unchanged from last month. Looking at that same information from a per price point, the 100s, 200s, 300s. As usual, we've got very little going on in the 100s and 200s. So this is the blue column is the number of homes that sold, and the red dots are the pending ratio for homes in that price point. This curve is exceptionally flat. Usually you see the lower price points are more of a seller's market, and it kind of goes down at a right angle. But it's been flat for a couple of months now this month, no exception. The 900s, I don't know why, the 900s are an extreme buyer's market. Not sure what that's about, but anyway, we've got pending ratios that are pretty flat except for the 900s. So how long does it take for a home in Prescott to sell? Well, from the time you sign a contract, or at least you go on MLS, until you have a contract, 6.3 months. Escrows are running exactly a month, which is typical. So from start to end until close, you got 7.3 months. Turning now to Prescott Valley, same analysis. We start with median sales price per square foot. Last month, we're flagging a little bit behind last year. This month, we are a little ahead of last year. I wouldn't make too much of that. Looked like PV was kind of on a very slow decline, but this month we got a bit of a bump. Last year we had a bit of a decline, So now we're running 3% over last year. I wouldn't, again, make too much of this. I would call these lines essentially flat. Looking at volume, Prescott Valley has been neck and neck with last year until September. Not sure why, but we've got a little decrease in volume in the month of September. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes back up or just kind of stays down into the holiday season. It is a buyer's market, not a strong buyer's market in PV. 324 homes in inventory, 76 of them pending. That's 23%. 23% is a buyer's market, not a strong buyer's market. And that's been going for a while now. For some reason, the homes in Prescott Valley, it's a little more of a seller's market than it is in Prescott itself. Same chart here. The blues are the number of homes. Red is the pending ratio. This is crazy. A million plus is a balanced market. Not a lot of homes selling in the millions out there. They just have one or two locations where they have homes at that higher price point. But they seem to be popular because out of the blue, a balanced market. 300s, not sure why the 300s and the 400s aren't up here, but they're not. Again, 100s, 200s, really nothing going on there. I need to take that off the chart. I'll probably do that at the end of this year. But 3 is a little more of a buyer's market, and the 4s and 5s almost balanced. And then you see the typical decline to the right until you get million plus. So our luxury market out in PV is hot right now. It takes about 4.3 months, so a couple of months quicker out in PV. Their escrow is running a little longer, taking us to 5.6 months overall. So here are the highlights. Our median price per square in Prescott is $323 and $298 in Prescott Valley. That's only a 1% decrease from last month, but it's a -5 from last year. So we kind of saw why that was the case. This month we had a 4% increase, which is a nice little bump. And we're still 3% out ahead of last year. Looking at volumes now, our monthly change was 14%, which is kind of almost in line with last year. And then a month change of 22%. So we are 27% below last year. So those are pretty big numbers, our volumes. So volumes in PV are going down. And inventory 704, that's almost unchanged from last month. 324, that's up 5%. This has been going up slightly. We had some big increases earlier this year. Looks like now our inventory is stabilizing. And we had 6.3 months to a contract in Prescott, 4.3 in Prescott Valley. That's about 3/4 of a month longer than we saw last month. Look, if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots more for you in the Prescott Home Value Report. This is just a summary. We go into specific subdivisions and just a whole bunch of stuff. So lots of slicing and dicing. So I would encourage you to download that report and get it in full. We update this report every month, but it is not the only report we do. We also have what we call the Appraiser's Eye View, which is the last 6 months of the latest comps. And it's broken out by subdivision. In fact, Prescott Lakes, we break it out by neighborhood. So it's very, very detailed. This is an example of what you'll see in the chart. This would be a subdivision. It is sorted by price per square foot, the number of months that it took the home to sell, square footage, the year it was built, how many stories, how many acres, and whether the listing agent is reporting the home having a view or not. Using this, you can look at all the different comps that occurred. You can see the average down here.
So using this, it's a really good tool to figure out what you should be paying for a home, or where you might want to price a home that you are selling. So a really cool tool. We even have a video which goes through how to use this information to come up with value estimates for homes.
We do a whole lot of tools like this, all of them really very cool for both buyers and sellers. And one thing I should point out is you can't get these from any place else. These are exclusive. You can only get them from the Prescott Pickle Lady.
And all of this is part of our page. We call it Prescott by the Numbers, or more commonly the Pickle page. So if you're on the Pickle page, you know the Pickle page. But if you're not the Pickle page, well, you should get to the Pickle page. And you do that by subscribing. We update it every month. If you subscribe, we will send you a monthly email update with the link so you can go download all the reports that you want. Even if you're not all that interested in getting every single month, just having access to these tools will give you a real leg up when it comes to the real estate game. I hope you found this informative and maybe slightly entertaining, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Please take a moment to look below and find the button that'll take you to the Pickle page. We'll see you there.